is the Value of Wrestling on the Big Time. And this is Big Tyme Rants, episode 109. 109 episodes of Big Tyme Rants. What an incredible journey it's been. Where we started and where we are today. Wow, what a change. And we're going to talk about so much of that today. I am still hyped. It is Wednesday, coming off all the energy and all the fun of Sunday night's SPW Schools, Frights, and Wrestling Tights event. The house was incredible, sold out, standing room only. It was incredible. The action was amazing, top to bottom. And ladies and gentlemen, still SPW heavyweight champion, the reigning, undisputed, undefeated Dark Fox Illuminate overcame the Freak Jekylls and retained his title and will continue that reign well past the 372-day reign that he is currently on. It's going to go on, ladies and gentlemen. How much longer will it last? We don't know. We're going to have to wait and see how far that's going to go, ladies and gentlemen. It is an incredible time in SPW. SPW is red hot, and so is the Value Wrestling. And now, SPW and the Value Wrestling have come together. We have joined forces. We are the home officially for SPW action. There is a Supreme Pro Wrestling channel, and we hope to work together to promote the Value Wrestling and the SPW channel. Hopefully we get action on both channels as we move and progress forward. But ladies and gentlemen, the Value Wrestling is going to bring you all the live entertainment with commentary each time we can at the SPW events. And of course, every third Sunday of every month, there's a great event at the World Indoor Soccer Arena in Elk Grove, California, or the SPW Arena, the house of the SPW built, as we love to call it. And of course, coming up on November 17th, the third Sunday of November, is going to be the big event for SPW called Still Hungry. Yes, it's a canned food drive event, and it's going to be an amazing event. If you haven't checked out the Scoop with Scoot, or the Scoop with Sexy Grandpa, or the Scoop with the Honor Society, you need to go check it out, because it's going to be a fun time. Yeah, we got to sit down with the Honor Society on their 20th anniversary and talk to them about all the big things coming up in SPW. And we got to talk about what's coming up next month when Still Hungry comes to you live in Elk Grove, California. It's going to be a canned food drive event. I'm going to talk about all that and so much more a little bit later. But let's dive into some of the wrestling news, because that's what you guys came here for, right? NXT was red hot tonight. An amazing show. Ethan Page, Trick Williams facing off again. Ethan Page demanding, proclaiming, saying he has to win back that NXT title. Can there be anything bigger than that? Stephanie Valkyrie and Julia, two of the biggest names in women's wrestling, combining, coming together as a tag team tonight in a big match. And then the debut of Zariah, formerly known as Delta, one of the biggest names in the independent scene for women, coming out of Austria. Zariah has arrived at NXT tonight. She should be making her big debut, in ring at least, coming up at Halloween Havoc. NXT Halloween Havoc is going to be lit. NXT is doing everything right. NXT is on fire. NXT is showing you how it's done. And probably the best wrestler you're going to find anywhere other than SPW. And I have a bias, but hey, that's okay. NXT is doing great. And, you know, it's good to know that NXT is still there after everything Redacted tried to do. And all the reports are out there that Redacted, Vincent Kennedy McMahon himself, tried to kill NXT any way he could. Kevin Nash has come out, a close friend to Triple H, and talked about how Triple H almost walked away, that Triple H was ready to be done. If Vince hadn't fully stepped away and been gone, Triple H may have been the one that walked out the door and left. Maybe we'd be talking about Triple H working with Tony Khan. Who knows? But the way the world has gone, Triple H is now in control of creative. His best friend, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, is running NXT, and everything's red hot. Is everything on the main roster perfect? No. But that's what we discuss here. We discuss Monday Night Raw. We discuss Friday Night SmackDown, and we break it all down to you. But damn, it's NXT hot. And if you compare it to Dynamite now, you see where things are going. It's incredibly insane. We know Vince tried to destroy NXT. Even Jonathan Coachman coming out and talking about how Vince didn't like it, and he didn't like anybody doing better than he was. He didn't want to give credit to anybody. If it wasn't a Vince McMahon idea, he didn't like it, and he didn't even care if it was his own son-in-law. He wasn't going to give credit to anybody for anything better. If it wasn't his idea, if he didn't come up with it, he wasn't going to put you above him in any way. But thankfully, Vince stepped aside. Triple H stepped up, And now we're playing on a whole different level, on a whole different game when it comes to the world of professional wrestling. We're all better for it. Controversial moment on Monday Night Raw. A lot of heat on a comment that came from Carlito. Was it scripted? Was it ad-libbed? We don't all know. The information's not all there. But there was a moment on Monday Night Raw where we were in Adam Pearce's office where Damage Control, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane were talking to him, wanting retribution for what happened earlier in the show. Pierce said he would take care of it. As they were walking out, in walked Carlito, and he came in and said, I need to learn Chinese. Something Carlito's character would say. Is it right or wrong? Now the controversy comes and the criticism comes because both women are Japanese, and Io Sky had previously faced derogatory comments from the fans telling her to go back to China. Now, not necessarily appropriate. Now, a lot of people are heated. There's a lot of people backstage within the creative team that weren't happy, that were a little shocked. People have taken to Twitter to proclaim this was very racist or derogatory. Many comments have flown back and forth. Of course, this kind of fits Carlito's character if we take it from a character standpoint. Does it make it right? Does it make it wrong? I think there's an area that's really gray here. I can see where there could be some offense to it. Are we making it bigger than it needs to be? Possibly. But we're in the era where things like this can really upset some people. So we have to talk about it. And maybe we'll talk about it on Sunday on the Weekly Roundup podcast when we sit down as a three-man power trip and talk about all things that have happened in this week in professional wrestling. Will this be controversial? We'll have that debate. What are your thoughts? Drop in the comments below. Start the conversation now. Let's continue it on Sunday at 8 p.m. on the Weekly Roundup podcast. Bobby Lashley is now making noise as he's healed from his injuries and seems to be ready to get back into ring action. So what is going to happen with Bobby Lashley? Well, a lot of speculation says he's headed to AEW after MVP and now Shelton Benjamin have showed up. Both friends and colleagues and businessmen of Bobby Lashley. If you remember the Hurt Business in WWE, well, now that MVP and Shelton Benjamin are in AEW building the Hurt Syndicate, most will speculate that Bobby Lashley will join them very soon in AEW, but we don't know. Bobby Lashley has many friends across the wrestling world, Moose in TNA being one of them. Maybe we'll see Moose and Bobby Lashley tied up again on a TNA show. Could Bobby Lashley head to TNA? Could he wind up back in WWE, or will he wind up with his boys in the Hurt Syndicate, helping change the landscape of AEW? Will it be for the good? Will it be for the bad? I don't know. But it looks like we're getting close to Bobby Lashley making an impact in some way, somewhere, somehow. So stay tuned and keep your eyes peeled because Bobby Lashley is well on his way back to a wrestling ring somewhere, someplace. What do you think of Bobby Lashley? Where should he go? Where should he show up? Do you think he should go to AEW, WWE, TNA, or somewhere else? Should he go to New Japan? Where do you think we should see Bobby Lashley next? What is the future for Bobby Lashley? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have that discussion. We'll probably talk about more on that on Sunday also. Talking about Sunday, yes, the Weekly Roundup podcast comes to you at 8 p.m. Pacific time every Sunday when there's not an SPW show. But also remember, we're here every Monday after Monday Night Raw and every Friday after SmackDown, covering both those shows, breaking it down into details, giving you all the hot topics, all the hot thoughts on those shows right here on the Value of Wrestling. Daniel Garcia has defended his choice about staying with AEW. A lot of people in an uproar thinking Daniel Garcia would have had a better chance in WWE, but yet he decided to stay with AEW. He recently was on the Up Close with Renee Paquette, explaining that at 26 years old, he made one of the biggest decisions in his career and his life, and he feels he made the right one. AEW were the best wrestle, was something he proclaimed, carrying on the hard slogan of AEW. He says AEW has a lot of momentum right now with names like Okada, Ospreay, Mercedes Moné, and me all in 1 year putting their flag and sticking it into the ground of AEW, planting it firmly. Why is he here? He says this is where the best in the world choose to be, and he wants to be amongst the best. Daniel Garcia is back with AEW for the long term. We're going to have to wait and see how that all comes out to play. Is it going to be the right choice for Daniel Garcia? Is he going to develop and grow into the future? Will Daniel Garcia truly be a big star in AEW? It's all things we're going to have to wait and see. What do you think about Daniel Garcia's choice? Was it the right one? Should he gone to WWE? Should he gone to TNA? Should he gone to New Japan? Or is he in the right place for what he needs to do? Is he part of the best in the world? Is he where the best wrestle? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Let's get that discussion started. I'm sure we'll dive more deep on Sunday. But before Sunday, there's always a Saturday. And each and every Saturday now, you get This Week in Wrestling History. After 1 year of This Day in Wrestling History, I'm now bringing you This Week in Wrestling History. We talk about all the great moments in wrestling history each and every week. And we've got to have a hot one, a great one this Saturday right here on Value of Wrestling. So make sure you're ready to check that out. The hottest news in professional wrestling right now seems to be the talks of Samantha Irvin. Samantha Irvin was announced to be leaving WWE prior to Monday Night Raw this week. WWE brought in legendary and ring announcer Lillian Garcia to fill in. Who knows how long she'll be there, but Samantha Irvin has decided to leave WWE. She was not let go from the company, but chose to resign on her own. Now, she didn't do it just before the show started. She did give several hours notice, clarifying that WWE knew well in advance of tonight's Raw, but it does seem that it was on that Monday that she gave her official resignation from the company. Now, the speculation is that people think that AEW has found its voice for ring announcing. And the question is it true? Is it true? Well, Ricochet took to the airwaves and took to X to dispel that, saying she has no plans to come to AEW. Samantha Irvin stepping away from WWE, giving her resignation due to family obligations, feeling that the schedule was too heavy and she wanted to spend more time at home with her daughter and, of course, her new husband, the one, the only Ricochet, who's now in AEW. Carrying on the WWE schedule while Ricochet is in AEW can definitely create some issues. We know several superstars who are married or in relationships with each other that are on each brand and can make those relationships very difficult because of the travel schedules and the distance apart from one another. And I could understand why Samantha Irvin wants to be with her husband, her daughter more often. And, it's not as easy when Ricochet's not on the same brand, the same company as you are. So Samantha Irvin's stepping away. Will she go to AEW? I don't think it's going to be a right away thing. Maybe in the future when she decides she wants to step back into that type of position. It may be AEW where she will find her new home and bring a great voice to AEW action. And of course, AEW does have the Dapper Yapper and Justin Roberts. What would that mean for him? He'd have some stiff competition with Samantha Irvin there. So we're going to have to wait and see what the future holds. All we can say right now is we wish the best to Samantha Irvin and all her future endeavors. We wish her, Ricochet, and their family the best in the future, and we hope that they're happy and do what they do that makes them happy. And we really don't need to dig deep into their lives or what is. We can speculate and talk about it all day, but at the end of the day, Samantha Irvin has decided to go spend more time with her family, and all we can do is applaud her at the Value of Wrestling. Adam Cole recently talked to Sports Illustrated, talking to them about him and Britt Baker, confirming that him and Britt Baker have a split, that they are no longer in a romantic relationship, but still do deeply love each other, respect each other, and will remain friends. He doesn't want any hostility between her and him. He doesn't want any hostility amongst the fans to see them pick sides or choose sides, because that's not what he wants. Both are still dear friends and support each other and wish the best for each other. Unfortunately, one of the big couples in professional wrestling, as many big couples in professional wrestling, it just didn't work out for them. And it's a lifestyle. It's a choice. When you live the lifestyle of a professional wrestler where you can be gone on the road for many, many, many months. And when you get injured, you're at home and your significant other is also a wrestler and they're on the road and you're home alone. Time, space, a lot of things can change. And as people develop and grow and get older, they change. It's just a part of life, and sometimes people just grow apart. It sucks, I know, and we wish the best for both Adam Cole and Britt Baker in their future endeavors and whatever may come from their futures. We're only going to wait and see what incredible things are going to happen for both Adam Cole and Britt Baker as they progress forward in their careers and their personal lives. We just want to wish them the best. Things don't always work out, and we as fans may not want to, accept it, but the reality is what it is. And at some point, we're just going to have to let it go and hope that they find happiness in their lives somewhere else. Ladies and gentlemen, SPW was an amazing show this Sunday when they brought us ghouls, frights, and wrestling tights. What an incredible show, top to bottom. Some of the best matches in independent wrestling. Some of the best matches you're going to find in California independent wrestling, period. The High Council, the Punjabi Lion Chima, Dante Daring. They took on the appeal of Nathan Brick and Jason Xavier in a star-studded event. What a match. What an indie. Go check out the event right here. It's live. You can go check out the action as me and the big man call the action from ringside. What a match that turned out to be. The costume battle royal was more fun and entertaining than you're going to get anywhere else. Some great moments in there. Some great participants in there. And Commissioner Mick Foley wins it all. Go check that out. We saw a magnificent four-way dance with dual staple guns when Jack Tracy defended his SPW Extreme title against Daniel Torch, Eliza Hammer, and the Metal Mechanic himself, Bobby Callahan. Some great action there. Some fun there. It was entertaining. It was great. Of course, Jack Tracy gets out with that title, retains that title, and Bobby Callahan and Eliza Hammer taking staples to one another. Wowzers, man. What an incredible moment. We do wish the best for Eliza Hammer. She suffered an injury at the show. We hope her a speedy recovery, and we wish her the best. Daniel Torch was also carted out by security and medical staff during the show. He looks to be on the mend, and we wish him the best in his recovery and can't wait to see him at the next show. There were so many great matches on this card, top to bottom. Even SPW president Mike Miller was there to open the show, to get the fans riled up. He dressed up like the devil on this show. Of course, he didn't pull an MJF devil, so that's the good thing. Man, the matches were just amazing. I mean, there was just incredible action. Some of the greatest costumes of the evening we had the Rated R Superstar Edge, Adam Copeland. We had Seth freaking Rollins show up. We had Andy Kaufman in the building. We had furries. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we had furries in the building. And we had Oogie Boogie, along with all the other great costumes that were there. It was a fun time, a great costume contest during intermission that set the place just a roaring. The place was lively. The place was packed. The crowd was into every match, excited for every match. We got some amazing chants. And then we got to a tag team match for the SPW tag team titles that just took it all to a different level. When the Honor Society celebrating 20 years of honor for Samurai, the Force of Nature, Jake Frost defended the SPW tag team titles against the debuting, young, upcoming, talented tag team of Aiden Andrew and Bryce Kuza. The All Day Crew. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to get ready. If you hear that the All Day Crew are on a card somewhere, you need to be there. And you need to come to SPW to see these two young men get this show on the road. These are two amazing talents. They've got a lot going for them. I can't wait to see what these two young up-and-coming stars are going to do. They came within that close. I mean, they came fingertips of touching those tag team belts, ladies and gentlemen. There was a near fall where there should have been new tag team champions. It's open for debate. Go watch the video. Tell us what you think. Drop it in the comments below. Should the All Day Crew be the new SPW champions? But at the end of the show, much love and respect. We got some honor between the Honor Society and the All Day Crew. And in your main event, ladies and gentlemen, it was a slobber knocker. It was a fight for the ages. It was everything you expected. The SPW champion defending his title against his toughest challenge to date in the Jekylls. The Freak Jekylls. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Freak Jekylls took on the Dark Fox Illumide, the Obsidian Adonis. They went one-on-one for that SPW title, and I mean, they tore the house down. I'm surprised that building still has a roof after the show, but good golly, the Jekylls pay at the hands of the Dark Fox Illumide. Illumide taking care of all that is Jekylls, and I couldn't be more proud or happy to celebrate our good friend, our buddy, because you know. If you don't know, you should get to know the Dark Fox Illumide. We celebrated with the champion after his big victory, congratulated him on a damn good match, a fine good match, and what an amazing time it was. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not catching SPW action, I don't know what you are doing. Ghouls, Frights, and Wrestling Tight, standing room only. Packed house, biggest event SPW this year. Let's make next month's event even bigger. November 17th, Soccer World Indoor Arena, Elk Grove, California. SPW still hungry. Yes, it's going to be still hungry. It's going to be a great wrestling event, and it's going to be some fun, and it's also going to be the canned food drive for SPW. So we need to blow the doors off the building. We need to not only fill that building full of people, but let's surround it with food. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the canned food drive to help out families in need. We're coming into the winter. We're coming into the colder seasons. The holiday seasons are around the corner, whether you like it or not. Halloween is just a little over a week away. It's Wednesday. So that means next Thursday is Halloween, right? And then the next Friday is November 1st. And bam, we're headed to Thanksgiving. Bam, we're heading to Christmas. And it's that time of year that we really need the help of the families and those around us. We need to help out our neighbors, our friends, those people who are needing a little help this time of year. We need to make sure we get everything we can for them so they can have a good and happy holiday season. Make sure they can have a great Thanksgiving. They can have a nice dinner for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. So let's blow the roof off the building. Let's stack cans all the way to the rafters. Let's load semi-truck after semi-truck after semi-truck full of food. Let's make sure these families get what they need, because we can come out and support them. We can help out our friends, our neighbors, our peers, our colleagues, our other Californians, because that's what's important this time of year. Let's give. Let's stack it up. Bring all the canned food you can. You know you got canned food in the back of the cabinet. You know you got some of those cans that got bought somewhere for some reason. You thought you were going to use them. You didn't use them. The kids used to like these, but they don't like it. And you still got some canned food left over there. You got some veggies that nobody eats in a can. You got some soup that's sitting back there. Let's pull it out of the cabinets. Let's put it to good use instead of sitting, collecting dust. SPW still hungry, right? Let's get hungry to help feed our neighbors. Let's get hungry to celebrate the holiday season. Let's get hungry for SPW in action at Still Hungry, November 17th. If there's more action in between, we're going to tell you all about it. And of course, we got November 2nd, Saturday, November 2nd, not this Saturday, but the very next Saturday, the Value of Wrestling is going to be in Lodi, California at the Lodi Great Festival grounds for Rebel Warriors Championship Wrestling. We're going to go into the house the Warriors built. We're going to be in the Tribe of the Warriors at Realm Warriors Championship Wrestling. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be a fun time. A lot of big names on this card. Will we see the Choppy Choppy World Tour take place? Could we see a new name or names sign themselves in to the Choppy Choppy Hall of Fame? Well, ladies and gentlemen, who knows? You want to show out if you want to find out. We're going to see some familiar faces. We're going to see some new faces. There's a lot of controversy starting with all of that. So go check out the Realm Warriors Facebook page. There's some heat out there. We can't wait to see it all take place in the ring. Maybe the Choppy Choppy World Tour also needs to take place at SPW. Maybe Mr. Z doesn't just need to be always ready, but needs to be still hungry. Is there somebody on that SPW roster that's hungry? Is there somebody within the SPW roster? Is there somebody within the house of SPW who's ready to step up and chop their way into the Choppy Choppy Hall of Fame? Is there somebody that's hungry enough to get the job done? I don't know. SPW, still hungry. November 17th. Rumble Warriors Championship Wrestling. November 2nd. Collectible Stampede, another great place where we love to work and visit and work with. West Coast Design, our good buddy, our good friend. Can't wait to give you more information about West Coast Designs. Hopefully soon he'll send me some information so we can share what he does. A talented talent man and a dear friend of the Value Wrestling and a big supporter. We love you, Ghost. Thank you for everything you do for us. We appreciate you. Thank you for tickets to AEW Dynamite in San Jose. You know, we can't wait to see you again. SPW is lit. We talked about it on Monday Night Raw. Mr. Z talked about it yesterday on the New Japan Rebound podcast. And if you haven't checked that out, go over there and check it out. He talked about Royal Quest 4. New Japan's Royal Quest 4 took place. He broke it all down. He shared it all with you. It was one of the great videos. If you haven't watched it, go over there and watch that after you're done with this video, because we're about to wrap this up. We're about to tie a little bow on this and put it away. But ladies and gentlemen, there's so much great stuff coming. SPW's new home right here on the Value of Wrestling on YouTube. SPW does have a YouTube channel that you can go check out, watch all their old stuff. We hope to only do it better. We only hope to bring it to you better. We hope to stream and commentate. We're trying to work all the digital magic together. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this and we're learning by fire. I mean, we're learning by doing. So we are really just deep in this, trying to get all the magical things together so we can bring you some great wrestling action. We hope to actually stream the action from the ring as they come down to the entranceway, the commentary table. We want to put it all together in a beautiful package. It's going to be a great time, ladies and gentlemen. If we can make this all happen, and we will. Oh, truly, we will. Me and the big man, Mr. Z, are going to get it all done. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be the most amazing thing. SPW is going to be a hot place. It's going to be some of the best wrestling action to catch right here on YouTube. And you can catch it all right here on the Value of Wrestling, where we're contenders, babies. We're not pretenders. We're changing the landscape of IWC. You have to believe it. If you don't know it, you should know it. Get to know it, because we are the Value of Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, give us a big thumbs up. Like this video. It helps us out. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so when any new content, new videos, or anytime we go live, it'll let you know, because you want to know. You want to know. And of course, as always, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Join the Value of Wrestling Army. Get on board now, because we're only going to get bigger, better, and better as we go along. Yes. We are some bad mammoth jammas. I promise you that, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing you some of the best content. And we're always getting better, always learning, always developing, always pushing forward. I got some new things to show you coming up here shortly. November is going to be a hot time for wrestling collectibles. I got some new action figures and some other stuff coming in here in sometime in November. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait. Next few months are going to be amazing. The holiday season is going to be fun. We're going to take this over. And, of course, at the end of the year, we do the big review of the Value Wrestling. We're going to cover a whole year of the Value Wrestling at the end of this year. We get to talk all the way back to January, everything that went down from Royal Rumble, from all the big AEW events to the signing of Will Ospreay, Mercedes Moné, Okada, Kazuchika Okada, to WrestleMania, to King of the Ring, to SummerSlam, to Wrestle Dreams, to All In, All Out, to Double or Nothing. All these amazing events that took place, and all the amazing events that are going to take place between now and then, and all the amazing events that have happened with Realm of Warriors Championship Wrestling and SPW. Man, there's going to be so much to talk about at the end of the year. It's going to be a party. The end of the year party for Value Wrestling is going to be great. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to really get burning fast and furious. The fire is going to be burning through the Value Wrestling, as SPW has not only had 20 years of the Honor Society has existed for 20 years. SPW is headed to their 25th anniversary show in April. The fourth Sunday on this occasion, the fourth Sunday of April, will be bringing you SPW 25th anniversary show. And the Value Wrestling is going to be home to some pristine, once in a lifetime content, as we're going to sit down with a lot of the people that make SPW what it is and talk about 25 years of SPW. And we hope to sit down with Scoot Robertson and Sir Samurai and deep dive into the rich history of SPW, so you all can know why the 25th anniversary special is so amazing and why it is a must-see show. Why that is where you need to be on the fourth Sunday of April at SPW's 25th anniversary show. It is going to be the biggest event in SPW history. I promise you, it's going to be an event that's going to be remembered in the annals of time. So you need to come out and get ready for that. We're going to put out a lot of content. We are going to be telling you all about the 25th anniversary show as we lead into it in April. So much for us to do. Some big events. We got November. We got December. There's going to be some action. There's going to be some great stuff. So you want to stay tuned right here so you can be informed and know what's going on with all of it. I'm the Big Time. This is Big Tyme Rants, episode 109. Baby, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being here. Let me get you out of here, and we will talk to you later. Let's hit the music. There it is.
This is the Value of Wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.